Be me. 27, Stanford engineering degree, working at a small aerospace startup in Boulder. Aeronavigate Systems, small startup, 38 people building drone navigation systems for the military. My uncle James is the CEO, but I earn my spot. The thing is, I'm one of only 3 women engineers in a company of mostly men, and let me tell you, it's exhausting. The constant interruptions in meetings, the way they question every single thing I say. But today feels different. Today, our new HR manager Vanessa is actually doing something about it. Monday morning, 9 a.m., everyone's crammed into the main conference room. Vanessa Torres stands at the front in a sharp blazer, laptop connected to the projector. "Good morning, everyone," Vanessa says. "Today I'm introducing our new professional boundaries policy." The slide appears on screen. I lean forward, interested. Vanessa reads, "Unsolicited technical help or mentoring toward female colleagues can constitute predatory grooming behavior and establishment of dependence dynamics." I see some of the guys shift in their seats. Mark Davidson, senior navigation engineer, divorced dad energy, always acts like he knows everything, looks up from his laptop. Vanessa continues, "Effective immediately, men must wait for explicit written invitation through HR before offering project assistance to women on the team." Mark raises his hand. "So if I see a critical bug in someone's code during review, I can't mention it?" Vanessa's expression stays professional. "You can mention a bug exists, but offering to fix it or explain it without invitation creates an uncomfortable power dynamic." "That's insane," Mark says. "That's literally how code review works." "That attitude," Vanessa says, her voice cooling, "is exactly why we need this policy." I speak up before I can stop myself. "Actually, I think this is great. I'm tired of men assuming I need their help just because I'm a woman." Mark looks at me, doesn't say anything, just looks back at his laptop. The other male engineers go quiet. Dev Kumar, this soft-spoken guy who sits near Mark, exchanges a glance with him. In the back row, Denise Crawford, our office manager, shakes her head slightly. The meeting ends. I feel good. Finally, someone's taking this seriously. 2 days later, Wednesday afternoon, sprint planning meeting. I'm presenting my navigation algorithm update. It's for the drone altitude control system, pretty critical stuff for our defense contract. "So the altitude sensor reads in meters," I explain, pulling up my code on the screen, "and I'm calculating safe distance by multiplying by 3.28 to convert to feet, then applying the safety margin." Mark interrupts, "Wait, you're doing the conversion in the calculation loop?" I stop. "Yes?" "That's going to cause rounding errors at scale," he says. "You should convert once at input, not in every iteration." My face gets hot. "Actually, I tested this and it works fine." "Did you test it at 10,000 iterations? Because..." "I don't need you to mansplain my own code to me, Mark." He looks genuinely confused. I'm telling you there's a structural problem with..." "You're doing exactly what Vanessa talked about." My voice is rising, and I hate that it is, but I can't help it. "Assuming I need your help, questioning my competence." "Rachel, this isn't about gender, this is about the code." Dev tries to interject. "Maybe we should just test both approaches." I stand up, gathering my laptop. "I don't need a committee of men to validate my work. My code is fine." I walk out. Behind me, silence. I go straight to Vanessa's office. "He publicly humiliated me," I tell her, and I can hear how my voice shakes. In front of the entire team, he aggressively questioned my work and implied I didn't know what I was doing. Vanessa takes notes, her expression stern. "That's textbook hostile work environment. Did anyone else witness it?" Everyone. And Dev tried to pile on too. "This is exactly the behavior we are trying to eliminate." She closes her notebook. "I'll handle this." At 5:30, I'm at my desk when I see Mark get called into Vanessa's office. He comes out 20 minutes later holding a piece of paper. His face is blank. He walks to his desk, sits down, stares at the paper for a long moment. Then he opens Slack. I can't see what he's typing, but he's messaging someone. Mark stands up, grabs his jacket, and leaves without saying goodbye to anyone. Thursday lunch, Mark sits at a booth in the brewery down the street with Dev and 3 other engineers. Mark puts a piece of paper on the table, a written warning from HR. "Here's where we're at," he says. "I got written up for doing my job. Rachel's code has a bug that's going to cause problems, and I can't say anything about it." One of them laughs. "Same happened to me last month. Tried to help Sarah, got an email about overstepping boundaries." "So what do we do?" another asks. "Just let bad code ship?" "That's exactly what we do," Mark says. Dev protests. "Mark, come on." "No, listen." Mark leans forward. "Vanessa says helping women is predatory? Fine. We don't help. We do our assigned work. We approve pull requests without comment. Everything professional. Everything by the book. We can't get in trouble for following their rules. Everything through official channels," Mark says. "Everything documented. We create a Slack channel for tracking interactions." "CYA," Dev says quietly. "Cover your ass." They all agree. No drama, no complaints. Just stop helping. That afternoon, Mark creates a private Slack channel. I didn't know any of this was happening. Friday morning, I submit my pull request for the navigation algorithm update. Mark gets the notification, opens my code, in the CYA channel. Rachel PR number 847. Altitude calc has structural issue, not commenting. He clicks approve. Dev does the same. Sarah reviews it too. She's great at front-end work, but navigation systems aren't her specialty. She didn't see the problem. Clicked approve. My code gets merged to the main branch. I post in the company Slack. Navigation update merged. Nice you women in tech. Nice shipping solo. I include a screenshot of my commit stats. Vanessa reacts with a celebration emoji. Nobody else reacts at all. The following week, things feel weird. Monday afternoon, I walk up to Dev's desk. "Hey, quick question about the API integration." He doesn't look away from his screen. "Can you submit a ticket?" "It'll take 2 seconds. I'm in the middle of something. Please submit a ticket with details and I'll respond when I can." I stare at him. "Seriously?" He says nothing. Just keeps typing. I walk away, frustrated. That evening, I meet my best friend Jenna for dinner at our usual Thai place. I'm venting before the food even arrives. So I finally stood up to this guy at work. He was literally mansplaining my own code to me in front of everyone. "What did you do?" "Reported him to HR. He got written up." Jenna looks up. "Written up? Like officially?" "Yeah. Our HR manager Vanessa is amazing. She gets it. She implemented this whole policy about how men can't just offer unsolicited help to women anymore because it creates these weird power dynamics." "Wait, they can't help you at work?" "Not without asking first, through proper channels." "Rach, that sounds kind of extreme." I feel defensive immediately. It's not extreme. It's professional boundaries. Men have been dominating tech for decades, acting like women can't code without their guidance. But what if you actually need help? Then I'll ask for it. The point is, I shouldn't have to deal with condescending men assuming I need their help just because I'm a woman. I don't know. This feels like it could backfire. How? What if something goes wrong and you actually do need them? Like, what if your code has a problem? I laugh. My code is fine. That's the whole point. Mark was just trying to undermine me because he can't handle that I don't need him. But he's a senior engineer, right? Doesn't he have more experience? Jenna, whose side are you on? She raises her hands. I'm on your side. I'm always on your side. I'm just saying, be careful. Men can be petty when they feel attacked. Good, I say. Let them be petty. Let them sulk. Vanessa and I are creating a better workplace, and if they can't handle it, that's their problem. Jenna doesn't look convinced, but she drops it. But I can tell she thinks I'm making a mistake. She just doesn't get it. Wednesday, my navigation update gets deployed to production. It goes into the actual drone system we're building for the defense contract. I text Jenna. Code just went live. Told you it was fine. She replies with a thumbs up emoji. I feel vindicated. Friday afternoon, my uncle James sends a company-wide email. Mandatory retreat next weekend. 3 days at a rented cabin in the mountains outside Denver. After some recent cultural tensions, we need team bonding, the email says. Vanessa has planned trust-building exercises, team activities, a collaborative Q4 planning session. My code is in production. I stood up to Mark. Vanessa is creating a better workplace culture. Things are finally going my way. Friday evening, we arrive at the cabin. Massive rental place in the mountains. Vanessa hands out itinerary packets. Tomorrow team building. Sunday, Q4 planning presentation. I room with Sarah. The guys efficiently claim their rooms. Mark and Dev sharing one, others doubled up. Denise is already in the kitchen organizing snacks. Vanessa walks over. Denise, you don't have to do that. Honey, I'm not doing it because I have to. Saturday morning, Vanessa has us doing trust exercises. Carlos catches me during trust falls, then walks away without a word. Vanessa tries to keep things upbeat. Let's share appreciations. Carlos, what do you appreciate about Rachel? Carlos's expression stays flat. She shows up on time. Awkward silence. Okay, Vanessa says slowly. Mark, what do you appreciate about... Can we skip this? The afternoon communication workshop is worse. Vanessa pairs me with Dev for active listening. The exercise, share a work challenge, your partner helps you problem solve. Sometimes I feel like my ideas aren't heard in meetings, I say. Dev. That's it? You said your ideas aren't heard. I heard you. Aren't you supposed to help me solve it? That would be offering unsolicited help. I'm respecting your boundaries. You're being childish. Dev says nothing, just looks at his watch. By late afternoon, it's obvious. The male engineers are participating at the absolute minimum level, responding literally, offering nothing extra. Saturday evening, we sit at a long dining table. Catered food. Vanessa talks about tomorrow's collaborative Q4 presentation. James's phone starts ringing insistently. Sorry, James says. I need to take this. He steps outside onto the deck. The table goes quiet. I pick at my food. 5 minutes pass. James comes back in. His face is white. Everyone stops eating. We have a problem, James says. His voice is tight. A serious problem. He sets his phone on the table. The defense contractor just ran a live simulation test of our navigation system. 2 hours ago. The drone failed catastrophically. In the simulation, it crashed into a civilian zone. Complete silence. The client's conducting a contract review Monday at 9 a.m. System must be fixed and passing test by Sunday 11 p.m. or they terminate the contract. 24 hours. Someone drops a fork. My hands start shaking. Who pushed the last navigation system update? James asks. Silence. Who pushed the last navigation update to production? My voice comes out small. I did. Wednesday. James turns to the table. Who approved it? Sarah speaks up quietly. I approved it. And Mark and Dev. James looks directly at Mark and Dev. What's wrong with it? Mark's response is calm. Too calm. Boss, we're off the clock at a mandatory team-building retreat. Mark, this is serious. I understand. But I haven't looked at the error logs. I don't know what's wrong. Dev. Neither have I. James's frustration is visible. Can you look at them? Now? Are we back on the clock? Yes, Jesus, yes. Vanessa interrupts. Wait. Crisis mode doesn't mean we abandon our values. We can all work together. Dev interrupts her. Vanessa, has Rachel submitted a formal written request through HR for our help? This is an emergency. So your policies only matter when it's convenient? Mark leans back, because last time I offered Rachel technical feedback, I got written up for harassment. The reality hits James. I can see it on his face. You're following her rules, he says. To the letter, Mark confirms. My voice cracks. Mark, please. Mark looks at me. Really looks at me. Rachel, you told me you didn't need my help. You said you could handle it solo, so handle it. He stands up. I'm going to my room. If Rachel submits a proper request through HR for assistance and Vanessa approves it, I'll consider looking at the error logs. Until then, good night. Dev stands too. Same. They both walk away. I stare at my plate. Tears forming. Other engineers awkwardly excuse themselves. Vanessa sits frozen. James puts his head in his hands. Eventually, everyone leaves except me, Vanessa, and James. James looks at Vanessa. You have until midnight to fix this. Figure it out. He walks away. Just me and Vanessa at the empty table. I look at her. She looks at me. Neither of us knows what to do. 9 p.m. In my room, laptop open, error logs everywhere. I scroll through hundreds of lines of error output. The altitude calculation is failing, but I don't understand why. The simulation is saying the drone thinks it's at 30,000 feet when it's actually at 10,000. Sarah. Could it be the conversion calculation? My defensiveness is automatic. That's what Mark said, but I tested it. Did you test it at scale? I go quiet. I open my code file, stare at the altitude function. The conversion is happening inside the loop. Every iteration, every single cycle, it's multiplying the error. Oh my God. What? Sarah asks. Mark was right. The conversion, it's in the wrong place. It's compounding the error every cycle. I try to fix it. Move the conversion outside the loop. Push new code to the test. Environment. Run the diagnostic. New error message appears. Critical failure. Memory overflow in navigation array. No. I made it worse. I slammed the laptop shut. I can't fix it. I don't know what I'm doing. My breathing gets shallow. Hands shaking. 40 people are going to lose their jobs. Because of me. Sarah. So go ask them. You going to let the company fail? I sit on the bed, head in my hands. I have to talk to Vanessa. 11:30 p.m. I knock on Vanessa's door. She answers in pajamas, eyes tired. I can't fix it, I say. The error logs don't make sense and I made it worse. Vanessa tries to stay calm. Okay, let's think through this together. Vanessa, I need Mark and Dev. They're the only ones who understand the navigation system well enough. We don't need them. We can bring in an outside consultant Monday. The contract review is Monday morning. We have 11 hours. Her face crumbles slightly. I can't. If I back down on this, everything I've built... What you've built? Vanessa, the company is going to fold. She sits on the bed. What do you want me to do? Talk to James. Make them help us. Okay. I'll talk to him. Midnight. Vanessa finds James in the kitchen making coffee, staring out at the dark mountains. You need to order Mark and Dev to fix the system, she says. James doesn't turn around. Order them? Yes, as their employer. He turns. Vanessa, they're senior engineers, not interns. They're off the clock at a retreat you insisted be mandatory, and according to your policy, I can't order them to help Rachel. You created rules that make it impossible for my team to function. You wrote people up for doing their jobs, and now we're going to lose the contract that keeps this company alive. I was trying to create a safe workplace. You created a workplace where people are afraid to help each other. You want to fix this? You go ask them for help. You retract your policy, you retract the warnings, and you beg them. Because if this company folds, you're the one who killed it. He pours his coffee and walks away. 12:45 a.m. Vanessa finds me. We do this together. What do I say? The truth. We walk to Mark's room. Vanessa knocks. Mark opens, t-shirt, sweatpants. It's almost 1 a.m. Nobody speaks. I need your help. My voice shakes. Please, I can't fix it. I tried and I made it worse. I don't know what I'm doing. Mark says nothing. Please. Where's your formal request through HR? My face crumples. Mark looks at Vanessa. Where's her formal request? Vanessa swallows. Mark, the policy. I'm retracting it. Effective immediately. I'm retracting the harassment warnings, all of it. Mark looks at me. And you? The tears come. I was wrong. About everything. You tried to help me and I reported you. You were right about my code and I called it mansplaining. I've been so stupid. My voice breaks. And now 40 people are going to lose their jobs because I was too proud to admit I needed help. Mark's expression stays cold. That's a lot of pressure to put on the same guys you called predators. I'm sobbing now. I know. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but please. You and Dev are the only ones who can save this. Only you. Mark stares at me for a long moment. Get Dev. Dev arrives. You tried to fix it yourself? I nod. Dev to Mark. How much time do we have? 10 hours. Can we do it? Yeah, if it's what I think it is, we can do it. Mark looks at us. Here's the deal. We fix this tonight. Monday, company-wide meeting. Rachel tells everyone what happened. Vanessa retracts everything in writing. And from now on, we give feedback the same way we give it to everyone else. Direct. Harsh when needed. No special treatment. I nod frantically. Yes, anything. Whatever you want. Vanessa. Agreed. All right. Show us the error logs. 1 a.m. dining table. Mark looks at my code. Here's your problem. He points. Your altitude calculation. You're converting meters to feet inside the iteration loop. Every cycle, it's applying the conversion to an already converted number. After 100 cycles, the drone thinks it's in orbit. That's exactly what you said in the meeting. Yep. Dev. Secondary issue. You're not deallocating memory. After an hour, system crashes. How did I miss that? Mark starts typing. Because you've been working solo for 6 weeks. Nobody reviewed your code properly. Show me? I ask quietly. Mark glances at me. You actually want to learn this time? Yes. He explains as he codes. The conversion happens once at input. You read the sensor data, convert immediately, then all subsequent calculations use the converted value. I take notes on paper. Dev fixes the memory issue. In C++, every new needs a delete. You're creating arrays, but never. Cleaning up. They work through the night. I mostly watch, ask occasional questions. Both men answer bluntly but clearly. 5:30 a.m. Mark. Recompiling now. They run the diagnostic test. We watch the screen. Test runs through 10,000 iterations. Navigation data stable. Altitude calculations accurate. Memory usage normal. Test completed, passed. We got it, Dev says. Mark deploys the update to production. Thank you, I say. I can't. Thank you. Don't thank us yet. Client still needs to test it. 9 a.m. James finds us at the table. Did you fix it? Client tests in 30 minutes. Denise brings pastries. You kids look like hell. 9:37 a.m. James's phone buzzes. He reads the email silently, looks up. Client test successful. Navigation performing as expected. Contract review postponed. He exhales. You just saved this company. Mark, flatly. We know. Monday morning, 10 a.m. Everyone in the conference room. James explains what happened. The system failure, the crisis, the overnight fix. He looks at me. Rachel has something to say. I stand, hands shaking. 6 weeks ago, I submitted code with serious bugs. I submitted it because I refused to let Mark review it. Mark tried to tell me there was a problem. I reported him to HR for harassment. My voice cracks. I thought asking for help made me weak. I thought men offering feedback was condescending. I was completely wrong. Mark and Dev spent Saturday night fixing my mistakes. They saved all of our jobs. I'm sorry I ever made them feel like helping me was predatory. I sit down, crying. Vanessa stands. I'm also apologizing. I created the professional boundaries policy believing I was protecting women. Instead, I created an environment where people were afraid to do their jobs. The policy is retracted as of today. All warnings are removed. I was wrong. James. New policy. We're engineers. We give feedback. We challenge each other. We help each other. That's how teams work. 2 weeks later. Sprint planning. I present a navigation feature update. Dev interrupts. Wait. A hash map? That's going to bottleneck at scale. You need a spatial tree structure. I take notes. You're right. What about a KD tree? Mark. Better. But you're not handling the edge case where waypoints are dynamically added mid-flight. Okay, so I need a rebalancing function. Exactly. And test it at scale this time? I will. Can one of you review my code before I submit? Yeah, just ping me, Mark says. After the meeting, Mark stops me. Hey, good work today. That approach was solid once we tweaked it. Thanks, and thanks for not letting me ship garbage. That's the job. Look, I still think Vanessa's policy made sense. The intent was right, protecting women from actual harassment. The execution got a little out of hand, but that doesn't mean the core idea was wrong. And honestly, Mark was still a dick about how he corrected me in that meeting. There were nicer ways to point out the bug. The fact that he chose to embarrass me publicly says something about his character, doesn't it? I'm willing to admit I maybe overreacted slightly with the HR complaint. But let's not pretend the guys didn't overreact too. They literally froze me out for weeks. They let bad code go to production, just to prove a point. That's not professional, that's vindictive. So yeah, I apologized. I had to. The company almost folded because of my code, and I needed them to fix it. But let's be real. If they'd just done their jobs in the first place instead of playing petty games, we wouldn't have been in that situation. I'll take the harsh feedback now. I'll smile and nod when Dev tears apart my code in front of everyone, because I need this job and I need to get better at the technical stuff. But don't mistake compliance for agreement. I still think women in tech are held to different standards. I still think men get away with behavior that women get punished for. And I still think if I'd been a guy, Mark would have pulled me aside privately instead of correcting me in front of the whole team. The difference is, now I know I can't say that out loud. So I'll play their game. I'll be the cool girl who can take criticism. I'll prove I'm one of the guys. And maybe in a few years, when I'm senior enough, I can actually change things. But Vanessa's heart was absolutely in the right place. She just didn't have the power to make it work. Across the office, Denise brings in Christmas cookies, like nothing happened. Vanessa sits at her desk, doing payroll, muted and quiet. The guys won. For now.